I don't know.
Yep, we're live. Boys.
I feel like this hat's like the best hat I've seen so far. You wear
roadie, but
this is the first time you wore this thing. It started like it had a gleamer. It was like shining when you walked to the back of the kitchen.
Well, I had to wipe the dust off of it.
I know things.
I'm trying to find. All right, hold on. I'm hearing us.
All right, sure.
That's not us.
Is yours? You think
Here
your
we
vibe's
are.
still on?
Yeah.
All right. Share.
it.
Yeah.
Sharing now.
I can't believe we got Troy Beets on the pod. Nolan. I mean, it's part 2 with Nolan. Because all we did was like I'm telling you, when they lost both their brothers. R.I.P. to the family. But I lost my dad, and it was like we just came together. And then Brad J is like I used to use Brad as like a co-host.
Jay, man.
I know, but I used to make co-host. I just love having Brad on the show, and he's like, I'm gonna hop in too. So it's a bigger show, and now we got a new mixer. Is this second week or third week with the new mixer?
Second week.
Second week with a new mixer. We're running 6 mics at all time, 2 cameras. We're about to run 3 cameras, and it's just in the coffee table. This is Brad J's grandpa's coffee table.
It's sick.
All right, I'm about to drop this intro real quick.
Let's go in there. And also, I finished the season of Jack Reacher, so I'm pretty excited about myself.
Like
You finished
I like
All right.
that
I watched
guy,
3 of them.
Jack Reacher. He's amazing. That guy's great.
Yeah. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of the evening, episode 81 of Them District Boys Podcast, hosted right here at District Coffee Co. in downtown Ocean Springs. Tonight's sponsors include Brad J. with Real Broker LLC, Jordan Duran with Oliver Scott Insurance, Captain Al's in Gulfport, Michael West at DirectAuto, Marty Wilson, Collision Depot, Mabry's Fine Wine and Spirits, and Kendrick McCarty at Forever Young. In the left corner, standing at 6 feet tall, weighing in at 235 pounds, with a professional boxing record of 12 wins and 11 losses, with 8 wins coming by way of TKO, former Olympian Troy Beets. In the right corner, Nolan, the Brewmaster Keith. Oh, do I?
There we go. All right,
Relax.
we're done.
yeah, we'll bring that voice to launch us again. Even though it's pre-recorded for the sponsors. Give us that one more voice.
Troy Beets.
Thank you, Brad. I love it.
You got to do Nolan too. You got to go head brewer at Lost Springs
Hi,
Brewery.
I'm Nolan
Yeah.
Keith.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Good.
Well, he has such a fucking fun voice. His voice is amazing.
He's just
I'm
a
glad
fun
you like
guy.
Yeah, I know. He's the guy. He really is. Also dropped the adult best friend still.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to go watch Adult Best Friends. It's on Apple TV. Shot right here downtown Ocean
There you go.
Springs, Biloxi. A little bit of everything.
I got to do the screening at the juke joint. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Good movie. I mean, definitely if like I'm serious, it was a fun movie. Especially if you like the rom.
Travolta's in town, apparently.
Yep.
Filming on Washington.
How many texts did you get today about this? Anybody?
Oh, dude. It was
2.
great.
Yeah, I got 3.
A lot of people can't film him walking around the city.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
I
realize
thought I
he's.
saw him, and then I realized it was just like a tall homeless man with a beard, and I was like, "That's not John Travolta." Oh shit!
Brad J, how tall is John Travolta?
I never knew he's fucking
look
tall.
He's tall as shit. That's
Yeah,
how
what
I
is he-
knew
what
it
is he,
wasn't
6'3"?
John Travolta.
No, it's 6'2".
6'2".
I don't know.
I think that's what we looked up.
So, what about Scientology? We were talking about that a little earlier. Like,
Is he Scientology?
Well, damn, we're gonna go to there. Yeah, Travolta
We're
convinced
kicking off the deep cuts
6'2".
early.
6'2".
Travolta convinced Tom Cruise to do it. If I read, I don't know some documentaries, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
One of my favorite movies he had
Short guy.
was the Swordfish with the TVR, with the chameleon TVR.
That's just because you got to see
Hey, yeah, you know that's
Yeah.
Halle Berry.
You
Mhm.
can see Halle Berry's tits in it.
Yeah, well, I was at that age where it was a peak for me.
Yeah, but
Doctors beat it.
it
All
wasn't
right,
his
so we
best movie.
got Lost Fest coming up
We
this
do.
Saturday.
This Saturday, April 12th.
Give us some deets, bro. Like, when's it start?
Man, it's gonna be an all-day party. We will be up there personally at, I'm sure, an unreasonable hour to come party with us. But basically, as soon as you wake up, make your way down. It's gonna be a blast. Music kicks off at like noon, right around 12 o'clock, and then food trucks, art vendors, liquor tastings, Red Bull's giving us a bunch of free shit this year, so we'll probably do some fun shit with that. Work that in, but it's noon to till you drop.
I see. That's the
Love
best way to end it, right? You don't. There's no
Love that.
planned time.
Yeah.
Day drinking's the best too. I mean, really.
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. I mean, in this town especially, this
Yeah.
town was built for day drinking. I've lived here since I was
Yeah.
like 7 years old. You know what my parents did when they had a day off? They went fucking day drinking in downtown Ocean Springs, and we're carrying on that tradition.
They used to drop us off at Shenanigans when we were little kids. It was basically
I used to go to
a
Shenanigans.
bar for children. You had a bar, you go up there and you pick up some snacks, some drinks, you talk to girls. That's literally where you talk to a girl to ask her if she'll dance with you or
forgot
do
about
the
that.
limbo with
I
you.
used to go to
They
Shenanigans.
groomed us for this
It
shit.
was,
y'all.
it was a real kids club. It really was a kids
Oh,
club.
yeah, man.
Because over there, everybody had Golden Gate Skate Ring, and we had Shenanigans over here. So what about the artist? Do you have a lineup?
So lineup, we have a very, very wide arrangement of music. We've got Dollhouse kicking it off with some like 90s, 2000s emo vibes. They're gonna be playing, if I can imagine, like fucking Three Doors Down and some Broken Side, hopefully. And then right after that, we've got this really good blues musician from New Orleans coming over, leading that off. And then, man, we're going to have like a 5-part jazz quintet out there at one point. Hunter Myrick, who y'all know very well,
Yep,
is
yep.
going to be throwing out a YH sound set. That's always a blast. He's played 2 of the 3 years we've done it. This will be his 3rd out of 4 years.
It's
always a
2:30, right?
blast. What was that?
2:30, right? He's playing because Cade said.
No, he's playing at like 5.
5.
He's got,
Yeah.
he's,
Well,
he's moved up, dude. He's moved
Tell-
up to prime time.
You
sets
tell
at
him the
Lost
story
Fest.
about Saturday. You go ahead and tell him the story.
we were in here literally like going through his set list the other night with Alan Housey,
Yeah.
as you know. Yeah. So,
yeah.
we weren't sure of the time, but yeah, 5. That's prime time.
That's
We-
all right.
no,
We're
no,
just
that's
one of
big
those
time for our
guys that
boy.
hit up like 3 hours before. You're like, hey, dude, you got an hour and a half to get on stage and
we
knock
were
it out.
we were pre-gaming. Thought it was last Saturday. Don't lie about it, Cade.
I called Hunter. I was like, dude, what time are you going on, bro? I've been drinking since fucking 8:30. Like, and ended up it was next Saturday.
Yeah, so I was like, look him because we're leaving.
That's
We're
all right.
gonna,
That just means you got to.
yeah, we're like,
Saturday
let's
off.
like we're telling people that like Lost Springs, like it was
we
festival.
were like Lost Springs, bro. So
It's
if you had
happening.
people thinking it was Lost Fest last Saturday, I'm sorry.
If you came to Lost Spring last Saturday, I'm apologetic. for what
Pretty sure we
you saw.
hyped up a few people about it.
I
was
sent
not-
some people your way.
It was just business as usual last Saturday. Very boring, horrible place to go.
Not
grab a
Lost
beer.
Fest.
So
No.
so Troy, let's go into you. Like you kind of remind me like the Mighty Ducks when they were the USA team. I know you did a little. You're an Olympic boxer. How'd you even get into boxing?
Well, it's funny. One of my cousins and your cousins brought me down to the gym, and from then on, I was hooked.
So you're saying
Rusty
y'all are
Dolan.
kin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
In the South, we say that. You're kin.
yeah. No, we are. Yeah.
his cousin. We have the same cousin.
All right. That means you're kin.
So Troy. Yeah, Troy. Where are you from down here on the coast? And a little bit about how you got into the boxing with the cousin. What year? How old were you, age wise? And
Well, now I'm 50, but I started at 15. And the first year I started, I actually become number 1 in the United States as a junior Olympic boxer. And from then on, I was hooked, and I traveled all over the world. Well, the first year, of course, my first 6 months I was boxing, I got to go to England and Wales, which was wonderful. And that just made me hook me more. So after that, of course, I stayed with it, gained a little weight over the years, and I becoming the champion of the 165 pounds, which was middleweight division, and won the U.S. championships at middleweight, and traveled with the Olympic team and won a bronze in the Good Bull Games in '94, bronze in the Pan Ams in '95, 7 World Challenges from '90 to '94, and just had an awesome time. Just got to travel with some great guys, and got to travel with some buttholes too, but a lot more better people than bad people. But it was a wonderful time in my life and wonderful memories. Traveling overseas was great many times. I've got to go to 7 different countries and be a part of a United States delegate, which was awesome. And now I work for the city of Ocean Springs, and I've been working here for 11 years, and that's been awesome too. So believe it or not, I work with some pretty good people, but everybody has their downs, and it's not bad.
What did you like? When did you start? Like, I know back then, especially in the '90s when you were on your circuit running, did you have like groupies and stuff? I mean, were you known? Do you sign autographs? What did it feel like to sign your first autograph?
Well, it was awesome because I felt like I was a superstar, But
sounds like you were.
Well, I did some good things, But being in the world of boxing, I'm just a mediocre guy. But you know what? The one thing that I was that no one else around me was, I was tough. I could take it and just keep coming at it. I was always in great shape. I didn't have super speed. I didn't have super power, but I was just tough. And that's what a lot of people don't have in the sport of boxing, and they're not going anywhere. I mean, you see the guys in the MMA and in boxing. If you're not tough, you're not going to make it. But there's so many stars in boxing now, and in MMA. They're fast and they're strong, but they don't have it all. We have the guys in boxing. We had the Floyd Mayweather. Of course, I had the opportunity to fight the same night with him and get to be friends with that guy. And of course, a lot of world champions I got the opportunity to be friends with. And but like I said, the sport is amazing, and it's always going to be amazing to have something here in my heart about boxing. But it's changed now. Everything's changing. The way people score fights and the way kids come out to fights, and it's just everything's different now. A lot of arrogance in the sport, and but you know what? Hopefully, it'll turn for the better soon.
Trying to think of that movie. Is it Roadhouse where you have to win 99 bar fights to be a badass?
No.
What movie is that?
Rounders.
Rounders?
That's not Rounders.
It's a burger game,
It's
man.
a poker movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's the other one. Knock Around Gang.
Knock Around Game?
Knock Around Guys. Knock Around Guys.
Knock Around
Fuck,
Guys.
they all had the
You ever
same
seen that?
names.
I don't think so.
Where he's like
It's Vin Diesel and
Vin Diesel, but you got to win like 99 bar fights to be a badass or something like that.
No, they were finding the toughest guy in the bar. But
Yeah, it was an old movie, but you've been in a lot of bar fights.
I think I might have had more than 99, possibly.
Oh, you have.
Yeah.
I was with you. I was with you,
fair.
Dad, a few times.
So I was told there's a Troy Beets Day in Ocean Springs. Can you elaborate?
They give me a date, September 9th. They made Troy Beach Day back in the I think it was 96 or 98. They give me a day, which they did a proclamation day, which I thought was pretty awesome. But it was at a big football game at the Ocean Springs Stadium. It was a college football game. It was Perk was playing here, and they brought me out on the field and give me a day. John McCabe, actually, I thought that was pretty awesome. I mean, that's
You have your own day in Ocean
That's
Springs.
huge.
Yeah,
That's
that's fucking
fucking
awesome, dude.
they don't give me off for that one day, but I don't get any extra money. It's fun saying
Hey, you
that.
got your own damn day, though. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Well, it's fun saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every year I celebrate it, but nobody else does, so it's okay.
Hey, we'll start celebrating it.
September
Look, you
9th.
come down September 9th to Lost Spring.
got
We'll
a
have a
fun day.
whole ass party
Sounds
for you.
good.
No bar fights that day,
Oh
though.
no.
It's always blacked out
Those
on bar
days are over,
fights.
man. My hands hurt me too bad these days.
So Nolan, let's switch it a little bit. You like this is your second time on. It's not the District Boys, but we did move all the podcasts in one.
Yeah.
But I want to dive into how you got into brewing and how you created your brewery that is an iconic brewery now. I mean, every time you go there, you have like you said, last year you had 1,200 people at your festival, and there's only 40 seats.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real
Yeah,
setup.
it's a tiny brewery to bring in that many people. Man, it's been an awesome journey. I started brewing when I was in high school. I never once, I can proudly say this, I never once bought a fake ID in my life. When I was 15 years old, I decided that screw that, a fake ID is $75, and then you got to buy the liquor. You can buy a whole homebrew setup for like $100 on eBay. So that's what I did. I had an uncle out in Colorado who like phoned in a few quick tips. You know, he was like, "Are your parents cool with this?" I was like, "Yeah, they bought me the gear." So started homebrewing in high school and just absolutely fell in love. You know, it's like these guys in coffee and having your own business. It's like, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it well. I'm going to do it right. And just pound into it until you know everything about the business. So yeah, started homebrewing, went out and worked for, back in the day it was Crooked Letter Brewing here in town, right across from the YMCA, you know, started the first job there. They said they wouldn't pay me any money and they wouldn't stop calling me the brew bitch until I had worked 100 hours. They thought I would quit after like 5, but I made it through, got that first paycheck, and it was about the sweetest thing that had ever happened.
Proved them wrong.
Oh yeah, proved them wrong, man. I was like, no, you're not. But I mean, it was rough days back then, man. It was, you have a 100-degree day in the summer in Mississippi and you're leaning over a mash tun that's 180 degrees. It's like, whew, there's a lot of steam in there. You're rolling sweat. You're like, this kind of sucks. But there was always something about it that just brought me back. And after that, I just chased the dream. You know, I went out to Colorado, brewed around for a bit out there, got a degree in fermentation science. That was a blast. I mean, brewing beer in college was always fun. You're always around good drinking buddies and good brewing buddies, and got to brew at some really cool places out there, man. I mean, you get a call and like, hey, we're mashing in at, you know, Crooked Stave down in Denver on their wood-fired system at like 9 a.m. Like, you gonna be there? It's like, yep, set my alarm now. It's 1 a.m., but I'll be there. So got to train under a bunch of really good guys out there, you know, worked under some like old Belgian brewers that are 80 years old and they've been doing this since they were 15, and learned some like really, really good stuff. And then I wanted to come back home because I got cold in Colorado, and Ocean Springs is awesome, man. I love this town more than anything. I've lived in 15 different states and 2 different countries, and Ocean Springs will always have that like sweet spot in the heart where it's like, that's home, you know?
Always, man. We've always traveled, you know, we've gone to Europe and everything, but, you know, I'll never forget coming back home and
oh yeah,
hearing the American language, was like, wow, we're back home.
Yeah, man. And it's something special being in a town like this where it's like everyone's so nice, everyone's so supportive. You can go in and start something that's like absolutely stupid. Like, I'm going to take over a, you know, 1,200 square foot building and turn it into a brewery or a coffee shop like here and just try to make the dream work. And something about coming back was just like lit a fire under my ass and went out for it. So now we've been here 3.5 years. We're running Lost Fest round 4. We started it when we were only like 4 months old as a business, put on a huge ass event, you know, dumped out thousands and thousands of dollars. The first year was like, oh, we're going to do something great here. It went fucking horribly, but it was a fun day. And after that, it was like, well, we learned our lessons first year. Like, let's train it back, run it back. And it's been great every year since, man.
What, how many, do you remember your first festival? How many beers you had on tap?
Dude, so we've ran with 8 beers on tap since we opened that place.
Really?
I only do 8 beers because I'm under the firm belief that like do a small menu and do it well is my game. You know, like I don't want to be that guy. It's like, I got 32 taps and, you know, 18 of them probably aren't worth drinking, but like the other 10, 12 in there are pretty good. But it's like, I'd rather just give you 8 good beers and say like, these are some of the best beers brewed in Mississippi. Hey man, Scott makes some fantastic beers.
Hops and growlers. Just kidding.
Oh man,
I write his insurance.
Dude, trust me. Me and Scott have been boys since I was 15. I'd go into that guy's shop and buy grain, hops, yeast. I'd start looking at the beer section and be like, "Get the fuck out of here! You don't have an ID." All right, Scott, I'll go brew it myself. But man, he's always been great, and he's always been super like into Lost Spring and loves what we're doing down there. Supportive of what we're doing down there.
That's what I tell people all the time. You know, you look at like. Scott would call me because you know it was fun when I would see we'd do like the Whammo, the beer tastings and stuff, and like Scott just like roll up like no sign. If he's gonna have a sign, Scott, he don't want to have a sign out in the front of his business. He's like handwritten note, and it's like brings everything there, and people just you know he'll be like the first one to lick. The kegs will go. Oh yeah, and I didn't know that following he had, but he like then he'd call me and be like, hey, I'm helping Dave do a batch.
Yeah.
I mean, he does take the extra mile to like be a part of it with other brewers.
Oh yeah, man, we all do. I mean, that's like one of the coolest things that ever since I started as like a child in the brewing industry. Like other breweries are always down to support. You know, like for example, I called Scott 2 weeks ago. I was like, "Hey man, you got some like Munich malt?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I got you." Cool. Drive down there, pick it up, drive back, brew the beer, done. Earlier this week, Miles from Fly Llama calls me, "Hey man, you got any extra caustic I could borrow?" It's like, "Yeah, man, come on down." Like,
Really?
oh yeah, we're always trying to help each other out. You know, it's like we're a big rising tides industry where it's like more people drinking craft beer and going to spots and having a good beer, the more it brings to all of us.
There's not like you don't have like an Aldi or a Walmart you can go to if you need a special.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it?
No, I mean, I've been at Lost Springs every Sunday for probably fucking 2 years.
Yeah, it's
Similar
Sunday.
to that.
Sunday.
I love
It
that.
feels like 2 years, but
Probably
It's a
3
Sunday
years.
spot.
no, yeah, man.
But I love the joint, man. I love everything about it. The feel, the idea, I'm at peace there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted. You know, when we
Yeah.
built it, it wasn't like we're trying to like sell the most beer out of any brewery or have, you know, the most
you
incredible
can feel it.
anything.
You're
It's
not
just like
trying
we
to-
want to have a spot where the community can come and feel welcome.
It's
And
like
feel like let's just hit that point where it's like I feel like as soon as you walk up that gate to Lost Spring, it's just like everything kind of fades. And I say that as like the owner who walks in and I'm like, oh shit, there's cups out and there's a spill over there. I gotta go clean up. But like I some days I get there, man, and it's like you walk up, just instantly grab a beer and you're like, there it is.
No,
You know, I'm sitting in the sun. It's a great weekend. People are talking. People are having a good time. Can't beat it.
I've unwound in there many a Sunday. But I also want to circle back to Troy. This belt, man, come on. This
So the
looks like
belt's big.
looks like some
Heavy ass belt.
holy shit.
Can I even lift that?
Yeah.
That's
Can
the
we talk
IBA.
about it?
Yeah.
That's solid.
I mean, like
That is a
Hold it for the camera.
Can you just give us a good hole on that? Like
There you go.
Yeah.
bang.
This is the IBA cruiserweight title. I won this in 04, I believe, and
yeah.
2004 IPF. What cruiserweight?
Yes.
Cruiserweight. What
Yes,
does that mean?
Well, that was the weight class was at that time was 190 pounds, and they moved the weight class up to 200 pounds, which it's right under the heavyweight division.
Okay.
The weight class wise, everything over 200 pounds is heavyweight. But I lost a bunch of weight. I come down from
Grab it on his
240
shoulder.
because I was in a bad accident, and I lost a bunch of weight to come down so I could fight it. And I won this belt when I did that.
you came down. You came down from 240 to what?
To
what weight?
190 pounds.
Wow.
You lost 50 pounds.
Oh yeah,
To fight for that
fight
belt.
for this belt. That's right.
Oh
And
shit.
you know, I mean, it was worth it. I mean, I got great memories, you know. But after this, after winning this belt, I went on to fight for the IBF title, which the international title, and I lost, but it was worth going to Russia to lose for.
Oh,
Had a
yeah.
good time, you know. I mean, everywhere I've ever been, I've had a wonderful time, and the people have always been great to me anyway. So, you know, I have nothing hard to say about the sport. Things, like I said though earlier, things have changed with the sport, but what can you say? You know, things changing anyway everywhere.
Did you? So with in Russia, I mean, did you get to experience like? I mean, is it a myth or is it true? It's nothing but vodka in the mornings. I mean, how's Russia?
For
How's
them, yes, it was.
It is.
Color water. Aqua.
You couldn't drink the water. I didn't drink the water because I was scared of that
Vodka.
stuff. You never know what. And then the food, I couldn't eat the food. You know, the first time I went to Russia was in 1994. I was in I went to the Goodwill Games on the Olympic team, but there also you had to be careful what you ate. We were on we were a 12-man delegate team, USA team, but of course every Olympian was there to fight for to run the championship runners, sprinters, from Carl Lewis to Jackie Joyner-Kersee, and I happen to be one of the 12 guys who went as a boxer. So, and I won a bronze medal, which was wonderful. Amongst all those great people who were competing also in different sports, I did good. And, you know, from there on, of course, I continued with the sport. And I've only, like I said, it's only gotten better for me. But the places I've traveled and the people that I've met, it's been wonderful.
What do you
they
think?
might not think the same about me, but
Well, the bronze. I mean, that's third place.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's huge. But what was the high after the day you won? Like, did you go to an after party? Like, what was that day? Like, you just won a bronze medal.
I knew that I was coming home in a few days, which was awesome. The high. You know what? It was sudden. It was just didn't. It was I wanted to win a gold, of course. That's what I went there for. But things didn't go my way. I guess just coming home was important. Getting to eat some good home cooking, actually. So, but
How old were you at that point?
I was 19.
19.
19. That's,
19.
That's
you're
crazy.
So 19.
You're in Europe,
That's
fucking
awesome.
fighting for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Well,
man.
my
Or
first
Russia.
right.
Sorry.
My first opportunity, I was 15, fighting in England and Wales by myself over there. And it was my first big trip. Of course, flying out of New York, Kennedy Airport in New York, and then flying back into LaGuardia was big deal for me. Which, of course, now I've been all over the place and it's been wonderful. But was a kid, I got to travel, which was awesome. I mean, it's some people dream of these days, the days that I had, but getting to go from country to from Holland to Germany. My last trip, I got to spend 2 months in Germany in Hamburg. Amazing. I got to go
2
there.
months?
2 months. There was it was a gold medal, or I'm sorry, the silver medal in the Olympics in was it 04, I believe. 2000. I think 2004. He was a silver medalist in the Olympics, and they called me over there. He was fighting a left-hander from England, Lee Swaby, and I fought a lot like the guy. So they called me over there to spar with him, to work with him, and I went over there and it was great. They treated me like a king, and they paid for everything, and it was awesome. So and that was it. After that, I come home and I got in a bad car accident, and that ended my career pretty much for boxing. But I've been teaching kids for the last for the last 15 years, and I love that as well. And working with the kids, trying to put off some of my knowledge into their heads, and some of them are too hard-headed for that, but for the most part, it's not bad.
You're teaching now? You're still teaching?
Well, I do. I just kind of right now I'm working on a place to rent. So I'm finding a place to rent, and I'm trying to find a little gym, or I got a place that I work out with kids in out there at St. Martin High School. They have a concrete pad, and it's got a cover over it, so in the rain and stuff I can work mitts and all with the kids and move around and stuff. But right now I don't have a place. When I'm I just take kids who sometimes people call me and just need some mitt work or just want to work out for a couple of weeks, and that's fine too. But
yeah.
So a lot of people don't know this, but after Troy Beets got out of boxing, he decided to take up metal detecting and started traveling the world metal detecting. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Troy?
well, believe it or not,
Look at his face light up.
There's the goal.
believe it or not, it's I think it's more of a work. It might be a harder workout than boxing, but
Dude, it can be. I've been a few times, and it's like
awesome.
you finally hear that ding, and it's like, oh,
That's
I'm
right.
digging until I'm done.
And you know what's crazy? You never know what you're going to find every time you hear that ding. And the thing is, believe it or not, here on the Gulf Coast, I found more things that are so important to I've got stuff. Of course, I don't sell anything. I just keep it at my house. And but I've got coins and tokens and different things that I've found. It's been wonderful for me. But here in Ocean Springs has such a historic. It's such a historic area. There was a fort on Lover's Lane. There was a fort in Biloxi, actually, on in an area in Biloxi as you go up the hill. But there was so much going on in Civil War times, and also the French were here, and the French occupied Fort Maurepas for years, and then the Spanish come in and took it over, and then the Americans took it over after that, which was awesome because I found a little bit of all of that here. And then you have a fort right there in Dolphin Island. There was forts all over the place, and there was so many. Of course, there were so many pirates. Also, everybody was trying to get everybody's jewels. But I've found some of them, so it's been awesome. A lot of coins, and it's been pretty good.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I've been a few times, like I said, and one of my best friends in high school, her dad's very, very into it, and he'd go out and like full dive gear, go down 50, 60 feet out the islands and stuff,
Yeah, that's
past the
fun.
islands, go find these like Spanish doubloons that are just sitting there on the seafloor. And it's like I said, you hear that ding and you're like, there's something down there. I got to find it now. And it's like full on adrenaline rush. Your heart's pumping. You're on an oxygen tank. You're like, beep, beep, beep.
You never
beep,
know
beep,
what
beep.
you're
getting
gonna do.
closer and
Breathing
closer
heavy,
until
yeah.
you finally hit it. It's like, oh my God, you know, there's like very little to celebrate it with. It's not one of those things that you do for the like, oh man, I'm gonna go show this to everyone. It's more like I found this
So
and that's
exciting.
awesome.
So
I'm gonna take it back to my house. I'm not gonna sell it, no matter what they say it is worth on eBay. I'm
That's right.
sure, you know. It's like
every
it's
time
really
you
cool.
find something, it's like Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Do you have like a? I mean, my parents had one in like the '90s, but is there like more advanced ones now where you got like a GPS on?
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, not
It's-
GPS. What is it? A radar where you can kind of see.
They have a ground penetrating radar, but you're not going to find the big. You're going to find big stuff. You're not going to find smaller stuff. I have I have an $800 machine, but there are machines that are. They have one of the best machines is the Deus, which is I think it's about 14 to 1500, which is nice, really nice.
So it's an addiction. Like you're in it.
Oh,
like,
it's a full on like this is my hobby, this is what I'm doing. I haven't gotten that into it, but it is. I've used other people's gear, and it's like these guys will have like, you know, their main machine hooked up and like headset on, and it beeps, and like then they're pull out a wand and let me like fine grab it, and going through with like shovels, just like gold digging. Like you ever watch any of those like gold digger shows on like Discovery Channel?
I can watch like
that,
one
but-
segment because it gets so drawn out, but I'm there.
The reason that I have an $800 machine, not because I didn't have to pay for it, but one day I was out with my little $200 machine, and I found a button. It was a Civil War button. It was a Texas Civil War button. In the back was banged up anyway. The guy who was with me, metal detecting, he says, "Man, I want that button." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll give you a brand new machine," because he owned a metal detecting shop. He says, "I'll give you a brand new machine for that button." I said, "Really?"
He knew what that button was worth.
Yeah, well, I didn't care at the time because I said a new machine's better than.
Yeah.
So I took the machine. I found nothing but greatness from that. It was awesome. I've been finding stuff since, from New Jersey to here to Tennessee. North Mississippi and places that I found so many good things. But coins and tokens are what I really enjoy more than. I found Deer Island had an amusement park on it back in the early 1900s, I believe.
I've heard about
And
that.
I found a token from the Deer Island amusement park.
What?
I didn't think nothing of it. So, I mean, but there was a token.
Yeah, Camille split it in half.
Exactly.
Deer Island.
Took it
Yeah.
out.
Before Camille, there was a theme park.
So, I mean, but just there's so much history, like I said, on the Gulf Coast. So it's an amazing place to live. It's an amazing place to walk every day when we get the opportunity. So it's been awesome for me.
That's, I mean, to me, in the fact that like you said, like you remind me a little bit about like how I always talk about like Marty Wilson. Like, oh, you look at Marty Wilson as like the artist. People are like, I bet you sells all his originals. And he don't. Like he's like you. He just like paints them, and they're all on his walls of his house.
Yeah.
There's only a few people that have like I have his Hemingway that he did. That's not a print or G Clay. It's in Jackson. But that was a birthday gift he gave me, and but he has the same thing. Like I love you. Remind me of Marty when it comes to.
Yeah.
I just like I paint. If I can make money to like I'll do a G Clay, but the original is mine.
Yeah.
Like I have to look at it, and I think that's something that I really love that you said that about metal tech, because like you can. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of assets with finding coins and stuff.
Well, honestly, I don't think any of that stuff. I collect them and I keep them in my box and everything. And the most important thing I think I've ever found, I found it's a stamp. They call it a stamp matrix. Back in when remember when they used to put wax on the envelope and then they stamp it.
Oh yeah.
I've got one of those stamps, and I thought it's historic, so awesome, and it was either a king or queens. It's got the royalty crown.
Have
on
you
it,
had
which
that
is-
looked at to know?
No, I hadn't. I just.
Man.
Antique Roadshow's got to go. We gotta do this.
But you know what? Like I said, I've just kept it at the house for the last 10 years, and I just enjoy every once in a while going and looking at it. I'm like, man, it's awesome.
Did it have any wood on it?
No, it's just it's silver. So
Gangster.
Sick, dude.
it's pretty awesome. I
When
think
can we get back to that point of having like everybody who's worth a shit just has like their own full silver stamp?
And that's
NK,
Yeah,
Lost
that'd be
Spring
awesome.
Brewing Company.
Great.
And that makes it legit. Like,
Oh,
yeah, and
man.
it's got an initial on it, but
so if you break that seal, you're
Yeah.
and it's got
That's
an
it.
initial on it. It's
Yeah.
got initials on it, and it's got the, like I said, the crown. But and it could have been a king or queen. But I just had.
I always wanted one because there was a movie Brian Adams played in it. It was Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. And it was the very beginning scene where the dad sealed the envelope and then he stamped it with the wax.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Mom, I want one of them. I'm like, what is he doing? Because do you remember that scene where the sheriff ran in and he was like stamping it and sent it off?
yeah.
And then then they put him in a cage. But
Yeah. I still want a pirate tattoo from Pirates of the Caribbean. Do y'all say Caribbean or Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
We're not
I've watched
calling it
like
the-
every one of them. Like
It's like Derwin and
200,000
Duran.
times.
It's like Caribbean.
I always do Duron. I'm a Duron. I always call myself the black sheep. I'm a Duron.
Derwin, Duran.
Yeah, there's so many different ways we say it, but
Tomato.
yeah, it was that situation too. And there's like certain things in movies. You
Oh, yeah,
appreciate
man.
this is like the first original Ninja Turtles when the captain, the police officer, was typing on the phone when it like clicked, click, 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 click. I was like, I had to go to the thrift store and I found or garage sale and I found that phone so I can have it. Also, just certain things, movies that always want me, but that was like when you say that stamp, I was like, Mom, I got to get one of these. I don't know where to get one. Can I make one?
Dude, I guarantee you there's some like Etsy company charging like $400 for a fucking
That's how I
private
do Oliver
made, like
Scott
brass. It's not silver, it's brass. You get JD put on it though.
Shelton, that could be melting wax in your office too. You gotta melt the wax.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting
Yeah,
one
like
for my
a-
office for sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm with you, Brad.
You gotta have a fucking
Yeah, for sure.
Brad J, if I came and bought like a house from you or something and it didn't come with like BJ stamped on it,
You got it, brother. Actually,
I quit. I'm out the deal. Cut me out.
You got it, brother. I get it just for you, Nolan.
I think with tonight's podcast, we all get our own stamps.
Yeah.
And then don't tell nobody about it. Nobody knows we'll have our own stamps on everything. Stamp everything, every letter to
Get
each
it
other.
branded on our ass.
I'll do
Hell
it.
yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay.
So Nolan, you're not doing distribution,
No distro.
and would you ever do it, or is that just off the table?
Man, back when I first got into beer, that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to go into a grocery store and like see their cans sitting on a shelf. Nowadays, it's just not how the industry works. It's more all about like in-house sales nowadays and driving up a customer base, super local. If we start distributing ever, it'll be like, let me get a keg down here. Let me get a keg at grocery. Let me get a keg at Collier's place, just to get the name out in town for like people to come in and see it. And, oh, this is brewed right back there in the parking lot, whatever. Distribution beer is like a weird thing nowadays. A lot of those companies are going down because you get super over leveraged super easily, and you're looking at like, $2.5 million in investment. And you're like, I'm making a fraction of that every month.
Yeah,
And,
like a local. Because the measures versus like a local establishment.
Yeah.
People think like if you look at like a local beer, you're running about the $8 to $11.
It's like your Angry Orchards and things like that tried to go craft and
yeah.
go global with it.
When it's
And
like you just have to have, you can do it if you have like real money. Because even like 2.5, putting 2.5 into a brewery nowadays, it's like, yeah, you get the equipment to brew the beer with, but you need about 15 to get the distribution, to get all of the like, trucks to be shipping out beer and sales schedules and sales managers and all that. Like you're looking at a huge investment that you may one day, 10 years down the road, turn a profit on.
You seem like a guy that would do like a skeleton key style. Like shout out to Mark back in the day. You seem like a guy that would do in the old bottles.
Yeah.
They were my favorite bottles.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Like
a limited run bottle.
my plan right now with Offspring is like blow up the in-house sales as much as possible. If we can get a bigger system to brew on, because right now we go through literally everything we brew in 2 weeks to a month. Like it takes a month to make a beer. We sell it in less than a month. So there's really no chance for that, but I want to expand the the back house just a little bit to start doing some like special bottle releases, stuff like that. Like, let's do like some wax sealed barrel aged stouts, stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, you're coming in to get this beer because it's a one and only. Like, this beer will only be brewed one time in the history of the world. And
so
that's
guys,
it.
we're talking about like, it's more like I would say it looked like a wine bottle. It's a more of a rare,
Yeah, exactly.
small run. So Hops and Growers on Cook Road, when Scott had it,
Yeah,
I bought Skeleton Key from, Mark used to own it, Lazy Magnolia.
yeah.
And I remember doing a couple events with Mark, and I was like, I don't know how to drink this type of bottle. So I remember calling Mark and like, how do I drink this? Do I put it in the refrigerator? What do I do? And it was a certain way, and you don't go super cold. You're not doing 29 degrees with it.
No, yeah.
And it's a sipper. And 2 glasses of that, you're just filling the world.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. And that's like what we're trying to work our way into. But even where we're at now, it's just like we make really good draft beer to have on tap that day in house. I'm not trying to be the guy that's like, oh, I'll come get my IPA at Rouse's, you know, because like you walk into Rouse's, there's 140 beers on the shelf.
Right.
How am I going to pick the one that's the perfect beer? Generally, if I go do that, I'm going to pick out some beer that I like the label on, even me, and be like, it was worth the
You can't
$12
try
that
the
I
beer.
spent
You
on
can't
it.
try it. You're gonna waste your
Right?
fucking time,
I'd
man.
much rather you come in and tell me what you want and me say, all right, out of my 8 beers on tap, this is going to fit you, and give a guy a beer and him have a smile on his face the whole time he's drinking it, then like hope some guy in a grocery store in Arkansas is like, this
Hope he
is
drives
really
all the
good,
way
you
home
know?
and
Are
likes
you
his
gonna
beer, yeah.
review an Untapped?
Yeah.
Oh, I got an idea. So we got September 9th. You got Troy Beets Day.
Troy
What about
Beets
a- what
Day.
about a
Let's do
Beets-
Troy Beets beer?
Yeah, let's do a Beets beer.
Beats beer.
Do you like Beets?
I like beer.
All right. Well, we can definitely make beer.
Yeah. But so Beets they have a Beets beer, and it's
Oh,
spelled
yeah.
the Beets. Yeah, it's Troy Beets.
Beats
Hell
beer.
yeah. Let's do it.
Put some boxing gloves on it.
Yeah, man.
So there's a
That'd be
beer
awesome.
called
Sounds
there's a beet
We'll do
there's a like a stout. There's a
Absolutely.
beet beer.
I feel like I
Beets beer.
remember growing up in Ocean
Beets.
Springs and people talking about Beets Day, and never once did I think like I would eventually sit on a couch next to
That's so awesome.
Troy Beets.
He's
I
got
had
a
no
great
clue what it meant.
story.
They were like,
Thank you,
oh, it's a
man.
boxer. I don't know. It's
Troy's
like,
got a great story about the flip flop story. I don't know if you want to tell it.
I will. I mean,
I gotta hear it now. So.
I was coming back from Biloxi one night, and I was crossing the bridge, and there was a guy in front of me, and I switched lanes. There was only 2 lanes at this time, and when I switched lanes, I got into the speed of the fast lane, and he moved over also. Well, he slams on brakes, kind of. Well, I switched lanes, got back in the slow lane, keep going, and he's speeding up and slowing down, speeding up. Well, we get to close to the light, and I knew. Well, I didn't know, but I was hoping he'd stop at the light, and he did. The light. He stops. When he did, he gets out of the car and comes at me. Well, by that time, I knew he was coming at me. I got out of the car, and he walked. I slipped my flip flops off, and I nailed him, knocked him cold, and put my flip flops on. Got back in my car, drove around him, and went home. The next morning I wake up, I go to the door and I put my flip flops on. I got one of mine and one of his. Knocked him out of his flip flops. Knocked him out of his flip flops. So I had one of my flip flops and one of his. It was the craziest thing. But I've had crazier things happen. So
Yeah,
but it was
that's sick. You guys
That's
know
not-
Paletti?
Neutralizing.
You know Michael Paletti?
Yeah.
So Paletti's like big thing is like anytime he's about to get in a fight, he flips his flip flops off like lightning, like lightning fast. Just like he's in flip flops, some guy walks up and he's like, phew, phew.
yeah. Well, you never know.
All of a sudden he's ready to go.
Paletti.
So that's pretty sick. That you
Paletti.
just flip your flip flops off
Yeah.
out the car, boom.
Yeah, Paletti started a fight with me in your bar.
I'm sorry for that. I apologize
and he
for
continued it 3
yeah,
hours
and
later.
myself.
Hey, Spartan kicked him into a fire hydrant.
He continued it 3 hours later here, and he got his ass whooped.
If he's watching it, I hope he knows that he probably deserved it.
And he's also going to be next door to us.
I think he knows he deserved it.
15, so all out in the bag now. So
He gets a little fiery.
well, he
he's
got
a
fired back.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He's a child.
Damn. That's okay. That's why it makes. That's what I met him. I met
He's
him.
a child.
But he kicks flip flops off.
I don't think he had a
I don't know
chance.
if he had flip flops on.
No, I mean, like that'd be like me walking up to him right now, like, "Hey, dude, I'm flipping my shoes off."
I tried to talk him out of violence for 2 hours at your place.
Yeah.
You couldn't talk him out of it.
Well, honestly, in the world today, you better always be ready.
Well, I
because-
apologize for that.
It's all right. He's got
crazy.
trainers on right now. He's rocking hookahs. You better.
He's a real piece of shit. Nolan called him out too, so it don't matter. But
Well, I'll say, if I
said he
ever
was
see you
friends
in a
with him
bar
too. But
and it looks like you're about to fight me, I'm just gonna run.
dude,
because
the
you're
guy
a lot
wouldn't let
bigger
up
than
on
me.
it.
Paige doesn't fight. That's the thing.
He said I'm not a local, and I tried to talk him out of it for 3 hours, like that I donate money, and it's just retarded. Yeah,
Violence
but,
ain't cool at a bar because I will say, it kind of ruins the mood.
Yes,
Yeah.
no
I
doubt.
mean,
does.
I'm trying to have drink
that
and
guy's a
laugh.
fucking
Bar fights
loser.
aren't cool.
I'm trying
I
to.
will say though,
The problem is that he
as much as bar fights aren't cool, like I think I just grew up in the generation right under bar fights, so I've never seen one.
he grew up on.
And sometimes I like really wish
You're
that,
missing
like
out.
one time somebody just walked up
It's
to me
not
in
at
a
Lost
bar and was
Springs.
like,
Not
"Let's go." I mean, I would lose. Like, I'm not winning that fight. I'm a small guy.
You're right next door to the moon, and that hasn't happened.
There's
Yeah, I'm not in the
definitely a
moon.
time.
Well, you know what?
1 in the morning.
Honestly,
people want to fight the biggest guy in the bar.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the thing is, no one wants to come up to me and fight. Come on,
And to
Come
be
on.
honest,
open challenge. No, I'm kidding.
people have acted all my life. I mean, act like they have to prove something just because I'm a ex-boxer or was a boxer and I
Don't mean you
fought
want to
before,
fight.
don't mean I want to fight anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hurt my hands on somebody's head, and I don't want them to hurt theirs on mine. So I mean, I want it to be okay. I just want to go out and just enjoy myself.
Because you have modesty, integrity. You've been there. You got
Yeah.
nothing to prove.
I got nothing. I
These
never
other
really
fucking
did.
children have things to prove, so that's why they show up like that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to turn down something if they come at me with it. But I mean, I that's just by nature, and I can't help that because God made me that way. And people need, and honestly, and I've even told the police this before, they need people like me knocking the heads off of somebody so they learn.
Troy, how many people have in a bar
Yeah.
fight? What's the most people you took in a bar fight by yourself? I know it's more than one.
Yeah, it's so many. I mean, so many times. I'm sorry. I meant so many times.
No, but I'm saying, like, have you squared up with 4 guys?
Oh yeah, that's no. Yeah,
5 guys?
Yeah, well, many
5
times.
guys, burgers
No,
and fries.
Now
Shout
let me
out.
tell you what.
I'm watching them fight 3
Sponsor
guys.
the
before, and
podcast.
There
it's
was a
crazy.
time where the 5 guys, though, I'm way outnumbered. But you turn and I try to walk away and get hit in the back of the head with a bottle, and then get hit. I got hit in the mouth with a bottle one night for a guy. I turned around, I got hit with a bottle I think 6 times that night by a bunch of punks. So, and I couldn't do nothing about that. So I mean, but things like that have happened, and I was actually in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was in the wrong place. Shouldn't have been there. But got caught and got beat up. But I didn't go down. There ain't no chance of that, boy. Too mean. But I love it. I've been hit with some.
No one keeps up with a bar fight record, but if you don't mind me asking, what's the professional record?
Huh?
What's the professional record, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, if you go from like where I've had pit fights. I had a bunch of pit fights in different places, and I think I'm 32-11
I love it.
with all of it together. So I mean,
How many
awesome,
knockouts
man.
out of that?
How many
yeah.
knockouts?
20, I think 21. But I mean, I beat my hands up over the years, and it's I've hurt myself over the years, and from the street fights and then the bare knuckle fights, and it's been fun, but I mean it's been exciting. I'm gonna tell you what, it's been super exciting of my life, my career, the places I've got to go, the people I've got to meet. But I don't want to ever do that again because I hurt my hands so bad and my body hurts. Of course, I'm old now, but it's always been fun to me. But those days are over, and
What did a camp? So when you're training in your peak of days, like how long did it take you to do a camp, and how long does it take after a fight to recover?
Depending on the camp, the camp's harder than the fight. You train all that time and you work that much from your sparring partners and everything else. I mean, you go through it bad, but and then the weight loss. I always had to lose weight every fight because I was always gain a bunch of weight after a fight because I didn't have enough fights. My management team couldn't get me a fight close enough behind each other. So I'd fight once every 5 or 6 months, which I didn't like. Even when I started out, I wanted to fight like every month or something like that. But in the amateurs, I could fight every week. Sometimes I fought 6 days straight in the amateurs. So, but in the professionals, way different. People, they give you that lenient time where you get to rest, but I didn't need that time. Of course, it's all about money nowadays. Also, people are so into making lots of money, and it's not worth it to watch them these days because it's too there's too much. They're trying to come out singing and they're dancing and making.
You don't
a
know
show
what's rigged or what's not.
Yeah, it's not even. You don't know if it's rigged. That's right. Like the Mike Tyson fight. That was a joke.
That was
He
a
fought
fucking
Jake
joke.
Paul. That was a joke.
I can't believe he agreed to do that shit.
Roy Jones fought Mike Tyson. That was a joke.
I mean, I'd agree to do pretty much anything for that paycheck.
No doubt.
Please knock me the fuck out
Yes,
for 30 minutes.
I will stand all day long and let you punch me in the face.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't gonna knock him out, and he knew that. And then he went all like old man statute, like.
Yeah.
And
Then
you see him 3 weeks before, like training, and
Yeah.
you're like, what is that? So
That was
I just
all
want to know
bull.
who the hell could have won, because
You know,
like I know it's a payday, but that damn Tyson's out there that my kid's gonna find out who I am. I'm like, you just you just said that. Fuck, you can't get that back. You just said my kid's gonna find out who I am, and you're gonna die.
Sell out, walk
I
out,
was-
walk out in the
Come
thong.
on.
I was at a Mike Tyson training camp one time in South Florida, and I saw how that guy works out. He works out harder than anybody I've ever seen in my life. And there's no way that Jake Paul guy had a chance of beating him.
Even
would smash that guy.
even at his age, and
Yes, no doubt.
what was the ass shot about? It was an ass shot. It seemed like a lot of things happening, but
He was
like,
showing his
Yeah.
kid what
if
he
you
was
seen him
about.
3 weeks before, like the way he was hitting and his
it's
combos he was
totally
throwing, and then you saw him out there,
Yeah, it was,
Slow,
it was not the
lethargic.
same thing.
and you could see like people talking to the, like somebody got excited or Tyson went too hard. Jay Paul's like,
Yeah, it was a show. It was a
Yeah,
show.
I mean,
It's
but
all marketing.
it'd be
They put
better
out
than
all
that,
kind of
man.
content before the event, whether
be
good
better
or
than
bad,
that.
and
It
it's
was
all
just
marketing.
trying-
It's to
trying to
get
sell
viewers
tickets.
there. Yeah.
It was just like when Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. It was a
So
joke.
that's why I watched that one. I would not watch the Jake Paul one. After that one, I was like, I'm not watching this shit.
Yeah.
Well, look,
I didn't
Troy,
know there was two
if that
shitty
sells tickets, let's have a
do
fight.
it.
You and
We'll do
I
it.
at Lost Fest this weekend.
We'll drink. We'll drink.
We'll drink
drink
like
till we
8
can't
beers
stand-
each.
We can't stand up.
Make the banner, Brad. Make the banner.
Make the banner.
All right. If you're looking for a fight to watch next Friday night, come on down to Lost Springs.
Oh man, it can be my first bar fight. 28 years old. I've been in the bar industry since I was 15.
You need to have a bar fight.
Never been in a bar fight. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just
Sincerely,
kidding. Please
I've
try.
never-
Don't come
it's
fight
easier.
me. I'm gonna die.
I've never ever had any problems with your place till the fucking bitch you're
And to be
talking
fair, it
about
wasn't
earlier.
at your place. He followed us here and got in a fight with Paige.
Yeah, no, I have so much respect for your place. Like I literally
Well, I'm glad.
let my blood boil for, and actually your
I
girls.
would be. I mean, like, I wouldn't be mad at you. I would be mad that it happened because it's always been just such a place of like, no one, like that. Like I said, the second you walk into Lost Spring, it's like screw all the bullshit. Like I know people that hate each other and they'll be up at Lost Spring together and they're like, yeah, we're at Lost Spring. We're not gonna.
Yeah.
We're just gonna stand off.
well, I
the
couldn't
corners
talk
the
him out
bar.
of it. I just had to leave. I did
Yeah.
that for you, and I
Well, I
tried for
appreciate
almost
that,
2
brother.
hours.
Yeah, we'll go to
talk him out
Boots
of
and
it.
Spurs.
If I'm ever about to knock somebody out over a coffee up here, I will also leave.
Well, you look at the situation too. Your spot. It's kind of like a back porch. Like the hangout. It's got that
Yeah,
back
man.
porch vibe to it. You get these situations where people do get where they what it is, whether it's little man syndrome or just
Ruins the night.
it's fucking drink. You're there drinking, socializing, good music, and then you crashing and getting food later. You're meeting new friends. That's what the vibe is. And I'm like him. Like I got a situation where I'm not gonna name the bars here, but I've had drinks spilt on me where I just like fuck it. I don't have time. Like you're gonna ruin my night. I'm gonna go to another fucking spot. I'm gonna jump around, but like the ones that go looking for any time, like if you think you're cool because you're gonna try to get in a fight with a person, you're really the fucking loser. And people don't want to be around you. And after it keeps going, you're that person. There's people, and I'm not gonna name your fucking names, but there's people where I avoid going places with.
No doubt.
I just like, hey, they'll see me out, and all of a sudden be like, I get my ticket. Where you going? I don't know. And then I go to the next bar. And then if they come again, I'm like, I'm done for the night. And I go to the next fucking bar.
Yeah.
Because I try to avoid that kind of shit. Because there are people here in Ocean Springs that you're not fucking going to stay out and have drinks with them.
I've been coming to your
Nobody
place for
likes it.
years.
Gene Gilday
For years.
talking to you, buddy.
I know.
And we were stone cold fucking sober.
Yeah.
And that's your boy. And you and Oren like him. I don't like him, obviously. But he's a fucking child. And I talked to some of his I guess he's a football coach on some level. He's lucky he didn't get arrested. Kate actually kept him from getting arrested.
I did keep him
Yeah.
from getting arrested.
I left the scene, obviously, because it's what you do. I
Yeah.
don't know why Kay didn't leave the scene, but had he left the scene, your boy Polte or whatever, we got arrested right out here, and I had the video to prove it because the guy was trying to take him to jail, but Kay brought him in, let him clean himself up, and he's still running his mouth about whatever. And that guy's he's a fucking child.
Well, do the cops ever police this area anyway?
Man.
And I talked to some of his coaches in here, and they lit his ass up, is what I
They
told
did
him.
at one point.
Yeah, and this wasn't that long ago.
I mean,
Come back, Van. Come back, Van.
It's stupid shit, you know.
Oren thinks the world of him too. I didn't say nothing to Oren, but damn, y'all keep bringing his name up. That guy's a fucking child.
That's the one thing about like a small town is people get that small town mentality.
Oh, he told me I wasn't from here. I've been down here 20 years, but I'm not from here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I'm not from here, right? Like
Well, no.
trust me. I'm
you got to be
from
born and
Ocean
raised
Springs. I love Ocean Springs. I grew up here. I went to school here. I'm from here, but there's still people who tell me like, "Oh, you're not from Ocean Springs." It's like, okay, well, like I moved here when I was 8. I'm sorry I wasn't born here.
Sorry, my
those
parents didn't
guys.
procreate here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know what?
Control my parents.
I'm
But-
from St. Martin. I'm not from Ocean Springs. I mean, I live in Ocean.
Man, fuck you.
I live
Let's fight.
I live in the county, but I'm Ocean Springs, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
you ain't from here, motherfucker?
You ain't from here?
Yeah.
No, man.
Well-
It's stupid. That all that stuff, man. It's worthless, and there's no reason to be arguing about it. We're all in a great place. We all have a bountiful wealth to share in this place. Like we all love Ocean Springs, and that's where that conversation should stop. You know, it shouldn't be, oh, you're from here, you're not from here. I grew up here, I was born here, whatever. You know, it's like we all live in this place, and we're super fucking lucky
I think
to live in this place.
Absolutely.
Ocean Springs is one of the coolest
100%.
towns I've ever seen,
100%.
and I will
Couldn't
die on
say it
that
better
hill.
myself.
Without a doubt.
Exactly.
Without a
So,
doubt.
like anyone that says otherwise,
And also,
they're
if you
not
look-
worth the time.
if you
You know?
look at the situation with the city, and I always go back, is parents are from Latimer. I grew up right out the corner of Cruthers Country Corner with my mom. My dad lived in Ocean Springs. My grandma right here,
Mhm.
and I've always been able to go to the the YMCA was not here.
Yeah.
The YMCA was on 90.
Oh, yeah,
The people
man.
that actually from Ocean Springs, that was a spot, and we go there.
Oh
And then,
yeah.
So it's like there wasn't much here, but it was just. Now Front Beach was always ours. I will claim Front Beach because that was every high school party.
Yeah.
The
Hell
one
yeah.
way was a serious thing, and there's a one point where they never shut us down. Like we could have get-togethers on the beach, and they never gave a shit.
For years, it only was you can only go one way for
Yeah.
Oh
for
yeah.
the day, and then at nighttime. I mean, it was different. You know, everything's changed.
But it was a spot like you go down there and you hang out,
Hell yeah, man.
and no, I mean I think everybody's welcome, and I think the situation is nobody owns this fucking city. The city is
No.
it's
Yeah.
it's you bring people here, people are to come. I mean, they're from Grenada, Mississippi. So you bring people here.
You bring them here and they stay.
Yeah,
they
really.
love this place.
That's all I did. Like you found that charming city, and you're gonna go. I don't want to go anywhere else. That's it.
Yeah.
Why go anywhere else?
I mean,
Why would you?
I've traveled
We
the
got
world.
water.
I've been everywhere, and I always call this place home no matter
Same
what.
here.
You know, there's
Oh, yeah.
a lot of really cool places, but this place is special, man.
I
Yeah.
do
for
miss
sure.
Broom's grocery store, the original
Oh,
Broom's grocery store.
man. I grew up right across from Bruce.
And remember the laundromat? That's what was y'all's old brewery, like
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I miss that. Like, yeah, 'cause my mom used to wash her clothes there.
Yeah. I grew
Yes.
up right down the street from Brooms, riding my bike up there when I was like 7 years old, like $2 in fucking, allowance money. Like, what candy can I buy today?
And then Brad was bringing up shenanigans. Like, that was the spot. Like, and then
Oh, yeah.
Ocean Lanes. I'm mad about that. We had the best bowling
Yes.
alley. But Ocean Lanes was the best bowling alley with the best bar. And
Now it's like a Kawasaki dealer.
Yeah.
I don't even know. They sell like
Yeah.
golf carts and
You made me think about something though. This is the end of the earth for everybody. This is the last place you want to go before. But people don't know when they come down here, they stay. They love this place so much, they don't want to go home because we have great food, we have great people. Where else can you get? I lived in New Jersey for a year, and up there it takes at least 6 months for the people to get to know you to really, bring you in and enjoy you.
oh yeah.
But here, they take you right in. Friendly. This is great. Great, like I said, greatest place on earth. I keep coming back.
Do you remember Movie Gallery?
Yes, I do. Yes, I sure
That's a
do.
Firehouse Subs, but for us, that's the Movie Gallery. It's the movie
yeah.
gallery.
Then it turned into they had an ice cream shop in there, didn't they?
Yeah. And then,
Oh yeah.
And then was it Honeyham left? It's
Yeah.
gone now too.
Oh yeah. Dude, I think I owe Movie Gallery like $800,000 in like late returns.
My parents had and Po' Boy Express has been here forever. And but
Great. And we had a great place.
I don't know if it was 872 or 875, but my parents had the different number. So me and my brother would prank them when they call and order Po' Boy Express. It's a great establishment if you ever want a hammerhead po' boy.
Oh, no doubt.
But it's
I ate
cash
there 2
only.
times
It's
a week.
cash only. And
Press and press. ATM out front.
That's right.
but I'm saying that's one thing I do. I miss our bowling alley because like when I turned 21, well, actually 18 or 19, I'd go there. But it was that bar. You walk in to the left, and you had that bar, and it was just an old ass bar. It was. I wish they would have kept. I wish they would have kept Ocean Lanes. Don't get me wrong, Cypress Lanes, I love you, but Ocean Lanes just hit different.
We have some of the greatest. Well, for me, I've been all over the world, and we have some of the greatest establishments here. We got great restaurants. We've got great, movies. We got po' boy places. Oh, we got the best. I say that all the time, but we got great beaches. We've got great people, like I said, and it keeps going.
Can we bring back 19th hole in the movie theater next to the stadium?
Great. That was great. That was a good.
Tommy
place.
Soche,
Oh, yeah.
my uncle. But remember the movie theater?
Yes.
A little bit. Yeah. Come on, guys.
It only had two. It had 2 stalls where you could watch movies.
It
Yeah.
wasn't big.
No, that's all you needed, though. It was great.
Yeah. Well, guys, look at this camera, Troy. So we're having Troy Beets Day, September 9th at Lost Spring.
Day. Lost Spring. Him and I are gonna fight. I'm gonna gain 100 pounds and he's gonna lose 50,
Yeah.
and we'll be good to go.
He's gonna at least lose a little bit more, but
He's still gonna knock me out in one punch. And I gotta get in a bar fight before I'm 30.
Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, come out to Lost Fest, April 12th.
give him a little last.
This Saturday.
Troy, Nolan, thank y'all so much, man. Great.
Nolan, give him a little
No,
last
thank you so
thing
much.
right here from Lost Fest.
Our beer.
All right, look, Lost Fest, April 12th, this Saturday. It's noon to whenever you feel like falling asleep. There's going to be bands, there's going to be drinks, there's going to be art, there's going to be food. It's going to be a great time. All these guys will hopefully be there.
Yes, sir.
Always.
We're coming.
And we're going to be there, and it's going to be a great time. So come party with us for an entire day.
All right, then I want to go on this. We did a collab on the Cross Beer hats. We did it with this is the Pelican, but for Shandy Fest, April 19th.
Hell yeah.
They had
I'll be there.
10 years. They had 10 years of Crawfish Beer, and Katie and Gina were like, "Hey, can we use the logo?" So we actually have a crawfish team going to be there too.
Oh, hell
We're
yeah.
doing Crawfish Beer. Inga, the boys' sister, is going to be leading the pack, and it's just cool because this is the Pelican, and this is the new. This is going to be this year's Shandy Fest.
And then
Oh, hell yeah.
Put it on the other
Yeah.
camera real quick.
Hold this up and show the. But that's just going to be the. And then
Shandy Fest.
spin it on
Troy,
the.
if you don't mind holding that belt
Yeah,
up.
the spin on this. No, spin it on what the shows
Yes,
a little
sir.
Crawfish Beer
Yes,
on the
sir.
back. So yeah,
Bang.
that's just cool.
That's the thing.
That's it.
And Nolan will be there, and I'll be at your
I'll be
festival.
there.
I love all
I'll
the
be at
local
all
breweries.
festivals.
Yeah.
Any music festival that a brewery puts on, I'm going to be there drinking beer and having fun with all the brewers.
And keep in mind,
That's
if you're
where
going to
I'm
drink
at.
beer, I mean, drinking a local beer goes a
Drink
long way.
local. I don't care if it's Chandelier, if it's Fly Llama, if it's Hops and Growlers. You should mix some Lost Spring in there, but it's always good.
Let's go, baby.
And then we got Troy Beach Day, September 9th.
September 9th.
Might have
We're
a
gonna
Beats-
collab. We're
Might have a
gonna
Beats
party.
beer. You never know.
Beats
Beats
beer.
beer. Troy, you're the man. Nolan, you're the
Love y'all.
man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.